Okay, myself Prashant from Government Engineering College Ramnagra. I'll be teaching heat transfer from extended surface, also known as fins, which is there in heat transfer module number 2. Okay, the objective of this module is to formulate and solve one-dimensional steady state and unsteady state heat transfer problems. Okay, unsteady state is also known as transient. Okay, steady state means the parameters will like temperature, heat transfer will remain constant with respect to time. Unsteady state means a temperature or any other parameter will vary with respect to time. Okay, coming to the introduction of fins, we know that heat will be transferred from the solid surface to the moving fluid by convection, which is governed by Newton's law of cooling. So we know that from Newton's law of cooling, heat transfer by convection will be given by H into AS into the difference of temperature, that is the surface temperature minus the ambient temperature, also known as surrounding temperature. Here H is the heat transfer coefficient, AS is the surface area, and T is the surface temperature of the solid surface, and TA is the surrounding temperature or ambient temperature. See, you can increase any of these three parameters, that is H you can increase, or surface area you can increase, or the temperature difference you can increase, and thereby you can increase the heat transfer, that is Q. If you want to increase H, okay, then you have to increase the velocity of the fluid. Okay, so you need to have external agents like fans or blowers to increase the velocity. So there is a restriction again because of cost consideration. Now if you want to increase this temperature difference, this is not under our control in general. The surface temperature of the uh, base surface and the temperature of the surrounding fluid is generally it is not under our control. So the only possibility to increase the heat transfer rate is by increasing the surface area of the solid surface, so that the heat transfer rate is going to increase. Okay, so this surface area is increased by adding a extended surface, okay, which will protrude from the base surface, which is known as fins. Okay, now what are fins? Fins are protrusions. Okay, they are the extended surface from the base surface into the cooling fluid, so that the extra surface of the protrusion is also in contact with the fluid. So we are going to increase the surface area by adding fins. Okay, these fins will be added to the base surface. Either it will be extruded or it will be welded to the base surface, so that the surface area is going to increase. It will be increased and the heat transfer rate thereby increases. Some of the applications of fins are, you can see the fins will be put around the cylinder in bikes. Okay, in the bike engine cylinder, around the cylinder there will be put fins will be there, and even in car radiators. Okay, that is outside tubes of the car radiator, we are going to attach the fins so that heat transfer will increase. And also fins are used in heat exchangers, electric motors, and generators also. These are some of the applications of fins. Okay, coming to the types of fins. Okay, so generally there are two types of fins. A straight fin or spine is an extended surface added to the plane wall. Another one, annular fin. Okay, is attached circumferentially to a cylinder to increase its surface area. These are the two types of fins in general. Depending upon the cross sections, okay, there are the naming of the fin will be done. So this figure 2.1a, this figure is a longitudinal fin of rectangular profile. You can see the cross section is a rectangular one, so it's a longitudinal fin, okay, or a straight fin. Next one, this is also a straight fin only, okay, but that these are the straight fins, but it is attached around the cylindrical tube. That is figure number B, okay. Shows that rectangular profile fin attached around the cylindrical tube. Next, figure number C, it's a annular fin, okay. So you can see a cylindrical tube with radial fin. It may be of rectangular or truncated conical profile, okay. Last one, okay, it's a again a straight fin, okay, attached to this plane wall, but the cross section is circular, okay. It is known by the name pin fin. Pin fin, okay, is having a circular cross section. These are some of the different types of fins, okay. Now we will derive a differential equation for a rectangular fin, okay. Actually, we are going to derive the governing differential equation for a rectangular fin having uniform cross section. Uniform cross section. You can see this is the base surface. Okay, to this base surface fin has been attached. Okay, and this base surface is a temperature T0. And this is the rectangular fin attached to this base surface. Okay, let L be the length of the fin. Okay, you can see here in figure 2.2a. Okay, let L be the length of the fin, W be its width, and okay, you can see here W is the width and small t represents thickness of this fin. Okay, AC is a cross section area of this fin which is given by width into thickness. You know, area is length into breadth, okay. General formula is length into breadth, okay. But for this rectangular cross section fin, cross section area is given by width W into T. That is what I have written here. Cross section area is W into T. Perimeter, okay, perimeter is given by 2 times W plus T. Perimeter andre ಏನು ಸುತ್ತಳತೆ, okay. So this, that is this length plus this length plus this length plus this length, that is perimeter. Okay, once again I am showing you this length plus thickness, again width, again thickness. This total length, okay, is known as perimeter, which is given by, okay, there are two widths and 2 times, okay, here one thickness, here another one thickness. So this is perimeter, okay, which is given by 2 times W plus T, right. And outside condition is having E transfer coefficient H, and the surrounding fluid temperature is at TA, and heat will be transferred from this fin to the surrounding fluid by convection. Actually, heat will be transferred from this base surface which is at higher temperature compared to the surrounding temperature. Heat will be transferred from this surface to the fin by conduction, and from fin heat will be transferred to the fluid by convection. Now, okay, if you see your temperature profile also I have drawn, okay. At the interface of the fin and the base surface, the temperature is T0. As the length of the fin increases, okay, as you increase the length of the fin, okay, the temperature keeps decreasing, okay. That means at the interface of the fin and the base, okay, this is the base which is at higher temperature. At the interface of this fin and the base, the temperature is T naught, which is higher temperature. Okay, and when the length of as the length of the fin increases, the temperature will keep decreasing. The temperature keeps decreasing. Okay, now let us consider a small element of thickness dx at a distance x from the base, and we'll try to write down the energy balance for this element. Now if you see here, qx represents, okay, here I have shown qx, okay, is a heat entering into the element. Okay, here this qx, okay, this is the represents heat entering into the element. Qx plus dx represents heat leaving the element, and here you can see conv represents heat convected from this element to the surrounding fluid or to the ambient temperature. Okay, so qx represents heat entering into the element, qx plus dx represents heat leaving the element, and q convection, that is also represents heat leaving the element by convection. Now by energy balance, what you can write, whatever heat entering into the element, that is qx, will be equal to heat leaving the element is qx plus dx plus heat convected. Okay, that is heat coming out of this element, that is qx plus dx, and whatever the sum of the heat will be convected to the surrounding fluid. So this is the energy balance. Understood? Okay, right. So we know that from Fourier's law, okay, heat conducted will be given by minus KAC dt by dx. Okay, and you know that heat leaving the element, okay, is given by qx plus differentiation of this qx with respect to x, and heat convected, governing law is Newton's law of cooling, which is given by h into surface area into T minus Ta. Okay, and I have written surface area as perimeter into dx. Correct? No, the total surface area, okay, that of the element. Okay, please remember here, the total surface area of which element, that is this element. Okay, the total surface area of this element is given by perimeter into dx. That will give the total surface area of that element. So P into dx represents surface area of that element. Okay. Now substituting the above terms in equation number 1. Okay, that is this qx is equal to qx plus dx plus q convected. So we have obtained the equation for this each parameter. We will apply this to the equation number 1. What is qx? Minus kac dt by. What is qx plus dx? That is this equation. What is q convection? That is this. Okay, these three, okay, we are going to apply to the equation number 1. What we are going to get, left hand side qx, okay, I am writing as it is. Okay, qx, this is qx plus dx. What is qx plus dx? It is qx plus d by dx of qx dx plus heat convected, that is hb dx t minus ta. Okay, this gets cancels. Okay, it will become 0 to the, okay, when it qx goes to the left hand side, qx minus qx, it will be 0. It will be equal to d by dx of this qx. Okay, what is qx? You know from this Fourier's law, minus k times ac dt by dx into dx plus h into p dx t minus ta. So dividing the above equation with k times ac, we get, so when you divide this equation with thermal conductivity and cross section area, see, thermal conductivity remains constant. You can take it outside this differentiation, and the cross section area also it can be taken outside. Okay, because both these parameter remain constant. Okay, cross section area for that fin remains constant, and even thermal conductivity also assumed to be constant along the length of the fin. So both you can take it outside and you are going to divide by K times AC. So here KAC gets cancelled. What is left? D by dx of dt by dx, which is nothing but d square t by dx square. Okay, and we are dividing by minus, plus into minus, minus. Okay, HP is there, HP, and we are dividing by K times AC into this temperature difference, T minus TA equal to 0. Now what we will do is we will represent HP by Kc by m square. Okay, so d square t by dx square minus m, so this HP by Kc I am representing by m square, so that m will be square root of HP by K times AC, okay, equal to 0. Now we will take that excess temperature T minus TA as theta. So from mathematics you can write like this: for d square t by dx square minus m square t minus ta equal to 0, it can be written as d square theta by dx square minus m square theta, because we have taken t minus ta as theta and t will be replaced with d theta. That is from mathematics, you know. Okay, and if after solving this differential equation, okay, you are going to get theta equals a e power mx plus b e power minus mx. That will be represented as equation number 2. And we know that from mathematics, okay, trigonometry, cos hyperbolic mx is e power mx plus e power minus mx by 2. Sin hyperbolic mx will be e power mx minus e power minus mx by 2. Okay, when you add these two, cos hyperbolic mx plus sin hyperbolic mx, you are going to get e power mx, and when you subtract cos hyperbolic minus sin hyperbolic mx, that will be e power minus mx. It's just mathematical simplification. Okay, you are going to get these terms. Now what we can do is, for this equation 2, okay, I am going to write e power mx. It can be written as sin plus cos hyperbolic mx. For e power minus mx, which is there in equation number 2, I can write it as cos hyperbolic mx minus sin hyperbolic mx. That is what I have written in the next equation. So theta is equal to a times of this plus b times of this, because this represents e power mx, this represents e power minus m. That is from equation 2. Okay, so we have substituted this e power mx and e power minus mx, that is trigonometry hyperbolic functions, in equation number 2. You are going to get this equation. Once you get this, okay, what I am going to do is, okay, cos hyperbolic mx is common, okay, and a cos hyperbolic mx plus b cos hyperbolic mx, a plus b I can write it as like this, okay, and a minus b is sin hyperbolic mx. Okay, so a sin hyperbolic mx plus into minus b sin hyperbolic mx, that will be, so common factor is sin hyperbolic mx, a minus b sin hyperbolic mx. See here, a and b are already constants. Okay, adding two constants is another constant. I can write it as c1, and just cos hyperbolic mx plus a minus b is another constant. I can write it as c2 sin hyperbolic mx. That is equation number 3. So here you have to remember these two equations, that is theta equals a e power mx plus b e power minus mx. Okay, and theta is equal to c1 cos hyperbolic mx plus c2 sin. You have to remember these two equations. Okay, you because we are this this is the governing differential equations. Okay, these equations will be used, okay, at the beginning for different cases of fin. Okay, now let us consider first case, which is infinitely long fin. Also you can take it as very long fin. Okay, the fin is very long or infinitely long. Okay, I have drawn the temperature profile also. Okay, you can see here at the base the temperature is T naught. Okay, and since it's a very long fin or infinitely long, the temperature at the tip of the fin will be same as that of the ambient temperature TA. So you can see the temperature profile at the base. The temperature is T naught. Okay, at the base means where the fin and base are interfaced, that is T naught, and with the increase in the length of the fin, that the temperature of the fin will approach TA, because it's a very long fin or infinitely long fin. Okay, so we are going to apply the boundary conditions, that is at x equal to 0 as well as at x equal to infinity. Okay, and that is for very long fin, we are going to apply these two boundary conditions to equation number 2, which is the equation number 2, that is theta equal to a e power mx plus b e power minus mx. That equation we are going to use, and we will try to obtain the temperature profile, temperature distribution, and as well as we will find out the E transfer rate. Okay, so this is let us start. Okay, with the boundary conditions. We know at x equal to 0, what is at x equal to 0, theta will be theta naught, because okay, theta naught is t, we know theta is t minus ta. So at x equal to 0, T represents temperature at any distance. So at x equal to 0, at this surface, what is the temperature? T naught. Okay, the fin, okay, that is the starting point of the fin from the base. Okay, that is the temperature of the fin will be T naught minus Ta. Okay, this, you know, theta is T minus Ta. At x equal to 0, T will be T naught. T naught minus Ta. At x equal to infinity, theta will be, okay, at x equal to infinity, what is this temperature? Okay, this will be same as that of the ambient temperature. So Ta minus Ta will be 0. These are the boundary conditions. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ theta ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದಲ್ಲ, excess temperature, theta is equal to T minus Ta. Okay, here T represents temperature at any point. Understood? So T represents temperature at any point. Now the first boundary condition is what? At x equal to 0. So that at x equal, that is at this point, the temperature of the fin will be what? T naught. So T will be T naught minus Ta, whereas at this point, at x equal to infinity, at x equal to infinity, the temperature at the end of the fin will be what? It is at the temperature at the end of the fin will be same as that of the ambient temperature. That is why I have written Ta. Again, Ta minus Ta will be 0. Understood? We will apply these two boundary conditions, okay, to equation number 2. We will get, you know, equation 2 is what? Theta is equal to a e power mx plus b e power minus. I told you to remember this equation, and we will apply two boundary conditions, what I have said now, and we will try to obtain the equation for temperature distribution along the length of the fin. Now when you apply this first boundary condition, what is theta? Theta will be theta naught, correct? ಇಲ್ಲಿ theta ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು theta naught ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. A I am writing as it is, e power m into x ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ x ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ at x equal to 0. ಸೊ e power 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು e power 0 is 1, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ b e power minus mx ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ x again 0. Again e to the power of minus 0 is 1. So a plus b will be equal to theta naught. That is what I have written here. A plus b equal to theta naught. Understood? Next, you will use second boundary condition, that is at x equal to infinity. What will be theta? Theta will be 0. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ theta is now 0. Equation number 2, theta is 0 equals a e to the power of m into x ಗೆ ಏನದು ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, e to the power of plus infinity plus b e power minus m into infinity is again infinity, minus with minus infinity. Yeah, that is what I have written here. A e power infinity plus b e power minus infinity. Okay, and so you should know that e to the power of plus infinity is 1, e to the power of minus infinity is 0. So this will be 0, 0 multiplied by the b is again 0, and e to the power of plus infinity is 1, 1 into a is a will be equal to 0, a will be equal to 0. When a is 0, what will be b now? B will be theta naught. So you have got two constants, right? A and b. So you can write down the equation 2. Now, what is the equation 2? Theta a. For a, what is the value of a? 0. So 0 into this is 0 plus b e power minus mx. What is b? B is theta naught e power minus mx. That is what equation 2 has become. Okay, so let it be equation number 4. Or theta by theta naught is equal to e power minus mx. What is theta? T minus Ta. Okay, here T represents temperature at any distance x along the length of the fin. Ta is the ambient temperature or surrounding temperature of the fluid. T naught represents base temperature, that is at the interface of the fin and the base, whatever the temperature, that is theta naught. Okay, that will be equal to e power minus mx. So this equation represents temperature distribution for a infinitely long fin. Okay. Next, we have drawn the graph for different values of m. Okay, what is m? M is equal to square root of hp by kac. Okay, where we have written here this m is equal to square root of hp by k times ac. H is the heat transfer coefficient, p is the perimeter, k is the thermal conductivity, ac represents cross section area. Okay, so this y-axis represents temperature ratio and x-axis represents length of the fin. Okay, so if you see here for different values of m, okay, and actually the curve is exponential curve. Okay, and for different values of m, if you see with the increasing value of m, the temperature profile, okay, steeply increases. With the increasing value of m, the temperature profile will be steep, and as the length of the fin increases, to an infinite condition, okay, the value, okay, the temperature ratio falls asymptotically to 0, because if you see here uh, theta by theta naught is equal to e to the power of minus mx. Okay, what is theta by, this is nothing but this temperature ratio. That is what I have written in the theta by theta naught. Okay, so as the length increases means x will become, as the length increases to infinite, that means e to the power of minus infinity alva, e to the power of minus x ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು infinity ಆದರೆ that means very long fin, or if the fin is infinitely long, x will become infinity, e to the power of minus infinity ಒಂದು 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this curve, okay, will reach 0 for infinitely long fin. You can see now, okay, the theta by theta naught, okay, versus length for different values of m. Okay, this curve will reach asymptotically to 0 for infinitely long fin. Okay. Next, to determine the heat transfer rate, okay, we are going to apply 4 years heat law of conduction, because whatever heat that has been entering the fin, okay, the same heat will be leaving the fin by convection. So at the entry, that means at the entry of the fin, the x will be 0, correct? Understood? From the base, the heat will be transferred to the fin. by conduction, right? That is at x equal to 0. Q is equal to minus k times AC d theta by dx at x equal to 0. So differentiating equation 4 with respect to x. Where is equation 4? Okay, this equation 4 I am going to differentiate with respect to x. What you are going to get? D theta by dx at x equal to 0 we are going to apply. So if you differentiate this d theta by dx, okay, theta naught, okay, e power minus mx ಇದೆ ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು minus m into e power minus m. ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ e to the power of ax, a e power ax, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, e power minus mx, okay, that will be equal to theta naught minus m e to the power of m into x will be what we have taken x equal to 0, so m to e to the power of 0, okay, that will be 1, so minus m into theta naught, that is d theta by dx at x equal to 0 will become minus m theta naught. We are going to substitute equation 7 in equation 6. This will be the final equation. Q is equal to minus KAC minus m theta naught is equal to k times AC m into theta naught is equal to, okay, this KACM I can write it as square root of HP by k times AC. How I can write? Because m is equal to what? Square root of HP by KAC. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಚ್ ಪಿ ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಿ ಥೀಟಾ ನಾಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ರೇಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ fin. Coming to the MCQ, what is the purpose of first question? What is the purpose of using fins in a particular heat transfer? To decrease the rate of heat transfer or to increase, to maintain the rate of at constant rate, cannot say. So the purpose of fin is to increase the rate of heat transfer, which has been highlighted by dark. Second question, temperature at the end of the tip of the fin having uniform cross section area is maximum, minimum, similar to the heat generation term, unpredictable. Okay, you know at the interface of fin and the base will be maximum. As the length of the fin increases, temperature will become minimum. So the answer is minimum. Okay, thank you.